COVID. COVID was a huge, just like rocket ship for us. We went from $6 million to almost $14 million in 12 months.
Hey guys, this is John Klein with Brandwidth. I'm here today with Jonah from Precision Pro Golf. He is the co-founder, and we're going to hear a bit from him today. How you doing, Jonah?
What's going on, guys?
Super good, super good. So tell us about yourself. What do you do? Who are you?
So I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years. And our most recent venture, again, avid golfer, love what I do, is Precision Pro Golf, which was a company we started 10 years ago as kind of the new guy in this kind of rangefinder golf technology space. So that's what we've been doing for the last 10 years and loving every single day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How'd you stumble upon doing this?
So I was always a big golfer. I was out in LA, met my future business partner. We started playing golf together and started looking at opportunities to start our own business in the golf space. And we did a couple different things. We did some training aids. We did some kind of ebook stuff, e-learning, but nothing really took off. We were making money, but not the money that you need to kind of start a business. And I'd read about Bushnell had the patent for a laser rangefinder, who is kind of the leader in the space. That patent was expiring in 2014. They had sued every other company that had decided to launch a product at that time. So basically they had a monopoly. It was between them, Callaway, Nikon, and Leopold. So when we found this out, we said, hey, let's launch this product. We can do a rangefinder. We can sell it at $200. We'll undercut everybody by $100 to $200 and make millions of dollars. So that was the idea.
That's awesome. So what'd you do with that idea?
So once we figured out that we could actually, we thought it was viable. We went overseas to China. And what we make is very specialized. Not a lot of places make these types of rangefinders. Went to China, found a factory, got a product that looked somewhat decent, slapped our name on it, and then ordered 250 of them.
That's awesome. Just did it.
So once we did that, now was, hey, how do we sell it? So we had these coming over. They were being shipped over about 30 days. We just started calling retailers. Your local pro shop, your green grass store, your golf retail outlet, and we started selling them. And we said, hey, we got a great product. It's $199. We'll sell it to you at $125, right? We made some good margins. Retailers could make good margins, and we sold out in a week.
Wow. 250 in a week.
250 in a week. I had nothing to show people, right? I mean, I didn't even have a sample in my hands. I had some crappy one-page PDF that I was sending out to people to get people excited by it.
And would you sell them for $200 a pop?
They were retailing at $200, right? $199. Our wholesale was $125. Buy 6, get 1 half off.
So how much did you make in your first week selling those 250?
I think we made like $40,000, right, in that first week, before we even had anything in hand.
Wow. Oh, before you even had the product.
They were being built. It was about a 30-day lead time for manufacturing.
Wow.
So they were being built. We're in our office. We're sitting around. So let's just go sell these things now.
That's awesome. You just picked up the phone book and started ringing?
And just start calling.
Wow.
Yeah, we were out in LA, so a lot of, again, golf there is, 365. There people are playing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We knew some local golf courses and kind of driving ranges and pro shops in the area. So that's how we got started.
That's awesome. So that was 10 years ago?
2014 we launched. So it's been officially 10 years we've been in business. Here's the downside. We didn't do much research on kind of the regulations around a Class 1 laser, which is an FDA regulated product.
Oh.
So there's a lot of learning in those first 30 days of, hey, what do we need to do to make sure that these products come in, they're going to pass inspection and pass customs. So we are a regulated product. We have to do certain testing every single year to make sure that these products, which has a laser in it, isn't harmful for someone's eye.
Okay.
again, I probably learned more about Class 1 lasers than I'd ever thought I would want to know.
Right.
Um, but again, that's just part of starting a business, right? Not knowing what issues you're going to run into, where you just look at, hey, making a product, selling a product, and it's that easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I mean, you can start a business, but not understanding all the regulations to go around a business,
Just doing it.
right?
You think that's a big
And then
part?
learn
Just
as you
getting it
go.
done? Yeah.
Well, so we're not selling t-shirts or hats,
Mm-hmm.
right? Those are not regulated industries, right? You're talking about food, electronics, Bluetooth, automotive, baby, child care stuff. I mean, all that stuff's pretty regulated by the government. Um, so those are just things that we learned as we did it.
I like
Um,
that. Yeah. So you guys
so, but
started going, you found a product, and then you decided to, hey, this is really good. Then you made a website, or what'd you do next?
yeah, so once the products landed, they were all sold. So we had sold everything. So we placed another order, another 30 days. We launched the website. We started getting stuff to Amazon. Right, this is when Amazon started to really kind of tick up. And um, one, I'm not going to say mistake we did, but we did hire somebody who was a sales agent really early on. A guy we met. He said, "Hey, I know all the contacts with all these retail stores and all these e-commerce sites in golf, and I can help you get in. You got to pay me $3,000 a month plus 10% commission." Well, we didn't have those connections. So we said, all right, we'll pay you that and we'll see how it goes. Outside of the big box stores, right? Your Dick's, your Galaxy, your PJ Superstore, like anybody can get these connections if they do a little bit of legwork. Our mistake was we paid this guy $9,000 because he had these connections. He didn't open up any accounts for us. He said he was working on it, but nothing really happened.
Mm,
So we relied on someone else to do this work for us when we could have just done it ourselves. It's going to be a little bit more kind of legwork. But at the end of the day, if we don't control the relationship with our customers, we
mm,
don't control anything.
mm-hmm.
Just like with our distribution, right? If we hand our distribution off to a warehouse or a third party that doesn't care about what we're doing, like they're not going to care. They're not going to do the work.
Yeah.
So my
Well,
first big takeaway was work 60 to 80 hours a week doing everything yourself until you have to bring someone on, either whether it's the expertise you don't know or it's, again, trying to get in a door where you don't have that connection.
mm, mm. So what's your team at now?
So we have 10 full-time people. Half our team is either based in Philadelphia or Cincinnati. So my business partner's in Cincinnati. I'm in Philadelphia. And then we have 5 kind of remote guys across the U.S., a couple down in South America. We have a team in India that does all of our kind of mapping GPS stuff. And then we have 18 I'd say they're manufacturers, rep, salespeople that are out in the field. And we have about 30 international distributors in
Mm,
different markets across the country.
okay. And you guys are in all over the country, certain countries.
Yeah, so we're really strong in the U.S. and Canada. I mean, U.S. is the biggest market for golf. The second biggest is probably the U.K. So U.S. and Canada, we own all distribution rights. And then as you go into other markets, Australia, New Zealand, UK, Europe, South America, we have partners that either own retail stores, e-commerce shops, or they're distributors in those markets.
Mm, that's awesome. What's your guys' rev now? What are you guys doing a year?
So we don't necessarily disclose our revenue, but I will say this: we've grown. We're 100% self-funded. We took no outside capital, and we grew very strategically: 400,000, a million, 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million, year over year. Once we hit COVID was a huge, just like rocket ship for us. We went from 6 million to almost $14 million in 12 months.
Wow. In COVID, really? So, because did people not go out a lot, or people did golf? Because I guess you could be far apart.
So the 3 industries that really blew up during COVID, cycling was one, fitness, and then golf, right? All stuff you can do outdoors.
Hmm.
Um, So in 65% of the US market, you could still golf outside. The issue is that no retail stores were open. Pro shops weren't open or carrying products or selling. So the only way you could buy our product was on Amazon or our website directly. So here's a great story for the ebbs and flows of COVID. On March 18th, 19th, when COVID really hit and shut down this whole country, we had $1 million in inventory on hand.
Mm.
All that inventory was sold. Every
Mm.
single retail store called us and said, we're canceling all of our orders. We're shutting down. So every
Oh,
single
wow.
PO I had on the books was canceled. So I had $1 million in inventory. I thought we were going to go bankrupt. No, so a week later after COVID hit, we realized people could still golf. And we started getting orders on our website and on eBay and on Amazon. We sold out every single item we had in 30 days. We
Wow.
made more money in 30 days than we had in the last 6 months
Wow.
on our website.
Wow.
It was
So you
unbelievable.
guys had that $1 million worth of product in the warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those were going to retailers, but then they had to cancel the order. So you actually didn't get it wasn't sold out. They had to return it.
Exactly.
So you had to give them their money back. And
Okay,
then
so
you're sitting on that product?
retailers don't pay. They pay net 30 or 60.
Okay.
So if
So
you're
they're
a
just
Dick's,
shelving it for you.
exactly. So you're a Dick's Sporting Goods. I ship you products. You're going to pay me net 60 or net 45. Or your end
Okay.
consumer comes
Interesting.
to our website. We get the money right away. We ship out the product. Right, everybody's happy. The issue that we had in terms with our factories, we had to pay them in 60 or 45 days. I
Mm.
can't send the product back to them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the other issue is that our warehouse had to shut down. So we moved all of our inventory to one of our employees' garages, and we shipped every single thing out of his garage and my office for probably 60 days.
Mm.
And then Amazon, back then, Amazon was only taking items for emergency purposes only, right? Your mask, your sanitizer, your home goods. We had stocked up Amazon back in February in anticipation of the golf season. So there was probably a couple thousand products sitting in Amazon that people could order and get delivered to their house.
Mm.
So, end of the day, we were in a perfect position to capitalize on the COVID kind of golfing fad and just like uptick in golfers.
Wow. Did you guys continue with that? So how'd you figure out manufacturing after you sold out of that million?
So in June, all our retailers came to us and said, "Hey, we're opening back up. We want our orders." I said, "Well, listen, like I don't have the inventory for you because the factories in China hadn't reopened yet. So everything
Mm.
we do is probably a 60 to 90-day lead time. We
Mm-hmm.
place an order, we receive inventory. Every 30 days, inventory is being generated, developed, and shipped out. There's still that 3 to 6 month lag time of people wanting stuff, but we couldn't get stuff out of China. So we did start July and August. Retailers started getting inventory, but the demand was huge. I mean, every single product we had, we could sell at full price.
Mm.
We couldn't keep enough stuff in stock. And there's a whole supply demand issue, right? I mean, everyone wanted to golf. Only certain companies had inventory to sell. So prices went up. Demand went through the roof. The resale value of items, especially golf clubs and golf equipment, I mean, doubled.
Mm.
So it
That's
was a unique
crazy.
time in our category. And you probably saw the same thing in fitness and kind of outdoor kind of sports.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we deal with a lot of fitness brands, and man, COVID really launched off, especially the home fitness ones, any kind of D2C weights, home workout sets, really killed it during COVID. But I didn't know that about golf.
Yeah.
That's
So I
awesome.
think golf, cycling, any outdoor sport you could do,
Yeah, pickleball was big.
really took off. Pickleball took off.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that again, that was the positive to
I
COVID.
guess I'd
Here's
assume golf too. I don't know. I mean, there's tons of outdoor sports. I'm sure all of them across the board, anything outdoor, as I know of, we've seen did really well. But,
so I remember playing golf during COVID. You had to check in online. You didn't go in the pro shop. You couldn't touch the pin to pull it out. Um, you had to stay 20 feet away from your playing partners. You had to walk every course. It was just a crazy, like, we couldn't golf in Pennsylvania for like 2 months. We had to go to Delaware to play. So it was a crazy time. Here's the aftermath of that. Demand all got pushed forward. So the guy who wanted a rangefinder bought one. He may not need one for 2 or 3 years later. That demand isn't, that same trend of 2 to 3x sales isn't going to continue,
mm-hmm.
right? It's going to somewhat normalize to your 10 to 20% growth per year, not 2x or 3x.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how'd you solve that?
We grew from 5 people to 20 people in the span of 24 months. And we're looking at our numbers and said, are we going to hit $20 million in revenue? We're not, right? That demand isn't there. So we went from a bootstrapping 5-person operation, crushing it, to 20 people. Holy shit, like we brought in too many people, too many expenses. We opened up an 8,000 square foot office, right? And every other company did the same thing. When things are going well, they
Mm-hmm.
continue to think they're going to go well and continue to go up. Well, what happens when there's a downturn
Right.
and the demand for a product isn't there? So we did the complete opposite. We blew up, dropped back down, right, in terms of employees and expenses, and kind of put ourselves in a position where we can now grow again and not have to rely on hitting kind of some crazy numbers to kind of sustain all of our costs.
Mm. So you said you're about 10 people right now?
Yeah, so 10 full-time people, 16 contractors. So it's a really nice sized team. Um,
Yeah.
I have to say, being with a lot of different types of companies and organizations, once we got to that 20, 25 person, like that's a lot of people and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
personalities to manage. Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and probably one of the hardest things ever is hiring your first employee and then having to fire your first employee.
Mm-hmm.
Hiring is great. Firing sucks.
Mm-hmm. No
And I've had
good.
to do it, and it's probably one of the hardest things you have to do, especially when you have a relationship with your employees, right? I mean, you've known them for years, and they've been, I mean, hardworking and honest, and like it's a business decision that is really hard for me personally. Other people can do it and not care, right? I really care about the relationships I have with all my team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really important. I was just talking to WeGym, Cameron from WeGym, and we were just talking about bringing on people on the team, having to let people go, and we are talking about the family aspect of when you have a team together, how you actually see profit is by investing into your team and making sure everybody feels comfortable. Nobody quits, jobs, positions. Usually people quit misunderstandings. They quit bad bosses. They quit micromanaging. Those are the things that they want to get away from. It's not the actual position or job that they're specifically doing. And I always tell my clients is having those relationships with all your people huge, a big return on the profit. Don't just look at numbers. You got to look at your people too. You want to make sure everybody's doing well, doing happy, and you're gonna see that as a big ROI for
I think
sure.
having good employees is really key.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our first employee we ever hired was in 2016. He was with us for 8.5 years. The only reason he left is because he wanted to move on to a different industry. And I remember having the conversation. The company he was moving to, 3-person operation. It was a fitness company. They'd seen great growth during COVID, right? to like $5, $6, $7 million in sales. They're going to double that again. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, no company doubles unless they're throwing in a huge amount of influx in cash and marketing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or unless there's a partnership that really blows up. Like this doesn't happen, right? As much as you want to think about it. There are those outliers, right? Where it does happen, right? Liquid Death or Dude Wipes.
Yeah, dude.
And what
Yeah.
happened 2 months later, he was let go because they hired people with the expectations of sales growth and didn't see it.
Mm. Mm.
So he's doing good now. He's working for the PGA and doing some consulting. But yeah, it was I felt bad because he left with this opportunity, right?
Mm.
He left something safe and um so
Right. Well, that's cool. So how are you guys doing your main sales right now? You're doing Amazon, you're doing D2C, and you're doing retail. What's the percentages of those?
yeah, so it's our website again is the most profitable for us,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um Probably about 25 to 20% of our sales come from our website. Amazon is the biggest opportunity, but the lowest margin business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's probably about 25 to 20% of the sales right now. And again, that's Amazon within Canada, Amazon within the USA. Retail is about 40% of sales.
Hmm.
And then we do about 10% of sales through the promotional industry as well as international business.
Okay, cool. So you guys going forward, are you because your goal, I'm assuming everybody's goal is to double a company. What is your strategy right now to really see more and more gains, being that when somebody buys something, they're usually not going to return for another 2 years?
Yeah, so there's a couple things. We launched an app 3 years ago, or actually 4 years ago. It's free for anybody. It was Precision Pro Golf app. Part of the app was we can connect it to our hardware, but also anybody that wants to use an app that's free that can go in and kind of become part of the ecosystem of Precision Pro Golf. So that was number one in terms of just kind of getting people into the family. Number two was launching a golf speaker. All right, so everybody knows speakers, but we launched our golf speaker, which basically tells you your distance to the front, middle, back of the hole. So that's what it looks like. It goes right in your cart, has a magnet on it. So that's a great thing because you don't have to be a great golfer, but everybody likes music.
That's true.
So that was a complementary product. But our whole thing is let's focus on technology, right? Stuff that we would use as golfers, right? We're the consumer that we want to make stuff for. Because this is something we
Mm.
would buy if we were out in the market. We've expanded our line, so we still have our $199 price point, but now we have our $250, our $300, our $400 price point. We have our high-end gold rangefinder, which is $500. But we found a really nice niche because products are easy to ship. They're not very big. There's a high dollar value to them, and they typically last for between 2 and 4 years based on how long someone takes care of it. And for most golfers who are playing that really kind of want to improve and are your kind of mid-teen handicaps and lower, like need a rangefinder in their bag.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any products to show us?
Yeah, so we have this is probably a cool product we did. So this is our NX10 rangefinder that we built. The cool thing about this product was the side plates were all interchangeable. So these things can pop off and we can interchange it with a new design based on your style. So we made this for John Daly because he's, of course, a Razorbacks. We made this for our friends in Canada. So the whole idea was the side plates are all interchangeable. So you could buy a rangefinder but change the side plates whenever you want. So it's a nice upsell there. And then, of course, we've expanded out to kind of our high-end line. So that's our new Titan series. 100% waterproof, GPS, Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And we can take that same product and we can reskin it. There's our USA edition.
Beautiful.
Here's one. It's exclusive just in the Canadian market.
Okay. Why just in Canada?
Because that's what they asked for.
The gold?
Yeah, well, it's kind of it's a yellow kind of red.
Okay.
design. So Golf Town's our big retailer in that market. They
Mm-hmm.
asked for specifically as kind of a special edition for them. This one, we did a limited release last year. I don't know if you can tell, it's an
Mm.
all gold rangefinder with a gold case. This thing was unbelievable. Um, I think it sold
That's
out in the
super
first
cool.
week we had it. We did a limited release this past spring. So as we build out kind of the products, it's, hey, how do we customize things that are unique to your personality and your style,
Mm.
right? Versus just one product with one color that you may or may not appeal to.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you have numbers on how much extra profit you guys have seen for having that customization added on?
yeah, so typically about 25% of people will upgrade to a custom design, whether it's on our speaker or it's our rangefinder. Um, but we have found a lot of people just like the stock stuff, right? So we have a silver one, we have a kind of gunmetal design. Um, but all of our limited kind of releases, we launch them during certain periods. Like we're going to do something for the Ryder Cup for the European and the USA version, right? It's a limited release. Um, but we have found we found that some designs just completely fall flat. So we did about 3 or 4 designs last year we thought would be really exciting and cool. We took them to our retailers, took them to consumers, and there was no interest in them at all.
Mm.
So in that situation, we take it out back, we kill it, and we bury it.
There you go. But so you're doing one for like 4th of July coming up?
So we have 3 designs for the 4th of July. This one is releasing actually next week on July 7th, our USA edition. Um, that one will be available on our website and some limited retailers. Listen, at the end of the day, getting people on our website and buying direct, the best, right, profitability for us, the best experience. We can own that customer. Um, but we also do a lot of kind of limited editions for our retailers. So
Mm-hmm.
whether it's Dick's, Golf Galaxy, PG Superstore, um, Golf Town, we have some special editions just in the UK market and in Europe.
Very cool. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. So what do you guys do to further educate yourself? What do you self-taught, I'm sure. Lots of YouTube, podcasts, books. Tell me some sources.
My role is kind of leading our biz dev team, right? It's all about sales. If we don't have a good sales process and a sales team, we're not going to be sustainable in whatever we do. So my
Mm-hmm.
partner handles our website. We have a guy who just focused on Amazon. I handle all of our biz dev, whether it's US, Canada, or international. I've read a couple sales books, but in the day, it's about creating relationships with people. People buy from people they like, people they have connections with. If you can create that connection with somebody, you're going to see success, right? We make a good product, you deliver that product, you create and maintain that relationship with somebody, they're going to buy from you, right?
I
And
love
we're
that.
not
Yeah.
talking, we're not selling golf tees or golf balls, right? I mean, we're selling a pretty high end product with high price points that people, right, are asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so a lot of what I personally do is just try to create relationships with my buyers,
Right.
right? So my buyers at Dick's, at Galaxy, at PG Superstore. I mean, we're meeting with them twice a year. I'm communicating with them once a month about something new that's coming out, or it's a promotion, a limited edition, industry stuff that we're seeing in the news. And then with our international guys, it's really kind of just growing the brand outside of, right, once you've created those partnerships, it's how do we get them the right creative, right marketing, right assets, right um, social media content to help them drive sell through. Because once you're in a store, it's great. But once you start seeing sell through, that's even better because then they're going to reorder.
Mm.
So typically, a retailer wants to see about a 10% sell through every 60 days, 30 to 60 days.
Mm.
Some are higher, some are lower. Metrics range all over the place. But if I shipped 100 units into a retail store, they're going to want to see at least 10 to 15% of that sold in the first 30 days minimum.
Right.
And as long as they're seeing sell through, they're going to continue to reorder.
Mm-hmm. So you hold on. That's good. What's some you've been in 10 years now in this company. What's some advice you would give yourself if you could go back in time when you guys first started?
That's a good one. Number one is don't hire your sales consultant out of the gate. Um, I would say that the that was a big one. Number two was go harder into Amazon earlier. So we really pushed Amazon in 2017. I would have gone harder in 14, 15 when we first got started. Right. But again, Amazon was not in its infancy, but it wasn't where it's at now, where, I mean, it's the norm of where to
Mhm.
buy it. Number two is if it's not driving sales for us, don't waste your time on it.
Like
Whether it's
what?
conversations, it's meetings, it's opportunities. Good example, Walmart. I think Walmart tried to pitch us for 3 years on bringing our products into their stores. Walmart's not the place where people are buying our products.
Hmm.
Every meeting I had with them was a waste of time. I should have told them
Really?
that and said, hey, move on. We're not interested. Done.
Hmm.
COVID, if we had stuck with our 5-person team and not saw the upside in what we did in the last 12 months of where we're going to be at, right? Chasing that top line revenue growth, we wouldn't have seen the downturn, right, that most companies saw in 22 and 23, right, where everything kind of self corrected.
Hmm.
Um, those are kind of, I think, the three biggest things. But I mean, again, we all make mistakes. You learn from mistakes, and you move on from it. I can't do if I mess something up, I can't fix it. Right, just move on from it, learn from it. Um, and hopefully we do better tomorrow.
I like that. I like that. Give me some good quotes. What encourages you? Any good quotes you like to have?
I got to go one. All right, you can't focus on the big things if you're worried about the small things.
Hmm.
Number two, hire amazing employees. And I'm gonna see number three, never stop selling.
I like that. That's good. Yeah. You
It's
always got to sell.
dude, I get a chance to talk to a lot of college entrepreneur classes, especially in the Philadelphia area, Westchester, Immaculata, Villanova. The biggest thing I tell people, if you can't sell, you need to find someone that can sell for you. You can make a great product, but if you can't sell that product, it doesn't matter.
Hmm. It's all about sales, all about marketing.
It's all about
At the end
sales.
of the
Like,
day.
okay, throw marketing
Yeah.
out the window. Right? Sales is marketing, marketing is sales. Wait, if you cannot knock on someone's door and sell them the widget that you're making right now, or pick up the phone and call someone and sell them on the service or the product, and you don't have the balls to like put yourself out there and take the no, you're not an entrepreneur. You may be a product person, you're a great designer. Entrepreneurs are about sales. That's all we do. You
Mm.
see an opportunity, you go and sell it. You see a product, you go and sell it.
Hmm. I like that,
Whenever
man.
someone
Yeah.
calls me and says, hey, I want to talk to you about this, I'm like, what are you selling? I'm not selling it. Bullshit. We're all selling at some point. It's a service, it's a product, it's yourself. You go in for an interview, you're selling yourself. That interviewer is selling you on the company, on why you should go work for them.
Hmm.
When we stop selling, we die. The
I
company
like it.
will die if you stop selling.
Hmm. This is true. This is true. Yeah, no, I like that. Back when I started in high school doing door knocking for window cleaning and pressure cleaning, get a lot of yelling at your face, a lot of you can't do that here, and then you just move on to the next one, and then you're like, oh wow, this actually works. You make good money and um, sales, and then you get that training, and at some point you just gotta go and get yelled at a couple times. Just go sell. put yourself out there. People are getting nervous. So that being said, what's some good sales advice you'd have to somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur, wants to get into sales?
Sales is not, you're not born knowing how to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You can
I'd
teach
say
yourself
nobody
to
is,
do it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people probably are, but a couple things. You got to figure out what type of salesperson you are. Are you that used car salesman? Right? You don't let that person walk out of the store without getting the sale. Right? Are you persistent? You're calling them every single day, like pestering them? Are you creating a relationship where you're like, hey, let's play some golf. I'm going to spend 5 hours with you on the golf course. At the end of the day, you're going to want to buy what I'm selling. Right? That nurturing relationship. Are you the one that is going to take the different road? One of the sales guys I worked for years ago, he wanted to get into a university as a customer. And so he took an old shoe he had and he sent it to the customer. And there was a note on it that said, I'm trying to get my foot in the door. Give me a call. And on the bottom of the shoe had his phone number on it.
I like that.
You got to figure out what your approach is going to be and how you're going to do it. Right? Are you going to be the nice guy? Are you going to be the asshole? Are you going to be the guy who pushes and shoves and breaks through the noise? You're going to be the guy who does something different and unique. One of my ex-girlfriends, her father's in sales, and he sold chains to manufacturing companies. He wouldn't walk in the front door. He'd walk into the warehouse where they're actually manufacturing all of them, meet all the employees, and then go meet with the buyer or the CEO or the owner of the company. He's already created the relationship with all the guys that use his stuff. So it was easy when he went to the CEO and said, hey, how much chain do you need to buy? I know your guys are using X amount of feet every single day or every single week. And he tried to connect with the associates and the employees first. Because they're the ones using this product.
Mm-hmm. Handling it daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll get a good story. So I use that same methodology when we got into all the big box stores with Dick's and Galaxy. Right? We got into 30 stores and then 60, then 100, then 600. So I identified the top 100 stores, right, across the country. Me and my team of 3 of us went to every single store in the span of 60 days and set up our products. We demoed the products and we got in front of every single sales associate in that store. Because I knew if we could do that, we would see sell-through. If I relied on the associate to do all the work and learn about the product, it's not going to happen. These guys get paid minimum wage, hourly wage. They don't care. But if I did my time to go in and spend time with them, I brought them donuts, I brought them cookies, I brought them some divot tools, right? Some ball markers. They would be excited about that experience and they'd remember it. And that basically allowed us to get into every single Dick's and Galaxy store. And now we have 4 SKUs in all stores. But we had to put in the time and the work.
You don't think you would have got that relationship trying to send an email, you know?
So it's different. Your buyer, right, is the one sitting behind the desk at corporate who's ordering for stores. But it's the actual associates that are in the stores. It's the GMs and the assistant GMs. They're actually doing the work in the store. Right? We went to all these guys that, hey, if you want a rangefinder just for yourself that you can use, we'll give you a discount to purchase one. So now they're using it. A customer comes in and says, hey, what do you recommend? What do you use? They can say, I use Precision Pro because X, Y, and Z. Anyway, we started doing that in 2016, 17, 18 when we had the opportunity to get into Dick's and Golf Galaxy. Now, we can't do it now, right? I mean, it was a lot of time, a lot of work. We still follow up. We're on their PUD programs. We're in their training programs. They know us. We've been around for 8 years in their stores. But we know that when we've done that with stores, we see higher sell-through and higher success in those stores.
That's awesome. Well, what's some more? Give us some more advice. You got any more stories? Because that's a great story.
All right, here's a good one about John Daly. So
Oh
John Daly is
yes,
our
well done,
official
Daly.
brand ambassador. 2019, 2020, he was playing in the PNC Championship event with his son, Daly Jr. One of my sales reps called me up and said, "Hey, I want you to make some rangefinders for him." I said, "Sure, why not?" So I made the rangefinders. We shipped it to him. He loved it. He called me about 2 months later, right? Actually, I think he texted me first and then called me and said, "Hey, I want to like rep your rangefinder. Like, I want to like use it. I want to promote it. Like, bring me on board as a brand ambassador." And that was our first time someone reaching out to us and saying, "Hey, I like your product. I want to use it as kind of a celebrity type of kind of endorsement." Where in the
Yeah, and
past,
John Daly. So
and it's John Daly. In the past, we've gone to people and said, "Oh, do you want to like be our brand ambassador?" Right? We went to a top 50 PGA pro who's on tour. He won $1 million.
wow.
I said, "Oh, that's not going to happen."
Yeah.
So John Daly reached out, had the conversation. Took us about a month to negotiate everything. Um, we finalized everything, and I went to him and said, "All right, John, do I work with you? Do I work with your management company? Right, your manager? Who do I talk to?" He said, "F my manager. He wants to take 10% of everything. Call me directly. Work with me directly. If you need something, call me, email me." And we've been partners for this is I think our third year going on.
That's awesome. So he wanted to work with you directly. I mean, that's, you know, to have the time to think that he, obviously must like your product a lot.
Yeah, so him and his son both have our product. But you know what the crazy part's been? It hasn't just been, I see him probably 2, 3 times a year. If he needs something, he'll text me, vice versa. I got a text from him yesterday. He said, "Hey, my guys at Florida State need more rangefinders from you." So we made some custom rangefinders for Florida State about 3 years ago. It was one of our first introductions we got from him. He knows, he's pretty well connected. He said, "Hey, these are guys you need to go to for rangefinders again." So he hooked me up with Florida State for custom rangefinders. It'd be a huge deal for us. All because, again, that relationship we've built with them.
That's awesome.
So that was a very exciting one. Because again, it's a partnership that he initiated. That's still going on, and it'll probably go on for years. The biggest words of advice I learned from him. I asked him, "What's the biggest mistake you made since things kind of really took off after your wins?" He said, "Not working with good people."
Mm.
People came out of the woodwork and said, "Hey, we're going to do X, Y, and Z products, right? A putter, golf clubs, shoes, apparel, whatever." He's like, "Half those people never paid me a goddamn cent." You work with good people that you trust, I'll be happy. And that was his biggest advice. He said he only works with people right now that he trusts, that are good people.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I always love that. And anybody that we work with, it's always we're investing in the person, not just like the numbers, right? One of the things that I implement is like somebody who's a cheater, either like I know it's like personal and business separate, but if somebody's like a cheater on just in their marriage or in their relationships, I just don't work with them. They got a great product, they got lots of money, because we do growth partnerships and stuff like that with our digital marketing or anything else that we do. It's any other businesses that I got equity in. It's very much if I don't trust you in your personal sense, like if I wouldn't go get a coffee with you or something, or trust you with the keys to my house, there's no way we're doing business. And I think that's so important. And for him to be that successful and to be working with you on a personal basis, just what a shout out for you guys, and your quality and your personality for 4 years now.
Yeah. Listen, it starts with the product. He didn't know me. He only knew the product. So my big thing is, if we can't make a good product that we stand behind, there's no point in making it.
Mm.
If I can't trust that I'm going to send you this product and it's going to work flawlessly and you're going to love it, there's no point in doing business. So
Oh,
one thing we
100%.
did do to stand out from everybody else, I said, I'll give you a 90-day trial. You order this, use it for 90 days. If you don't like it, send it back. I'll give you a full refund. Because you got to love the product I'm selling you. If you don't love it, then don't keep it. Because if you do, if I made you keep that product after 30 days, right, you're going to be pissed off at me. You're going to give me a bad review. You're going to shit talk our company that these guys didn't like make a good product and stand behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the flip side, we've gotten a product back from people on day 89 that looked like they ran over their freaking truck and threw it in the lake and said, "Oh, all right, I don't like it. I'm gonna send it back to you." Again, those are outliers there. But again, it's
Right.
if you want to be successful in business, you got to make a great product. You got to go out and sell it and duplicate those steps over and over.
Mm.
If you make a shit product, it's going to affect your business. Hands
I agree.
down.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Again, with you can put as much money and media behind something, but if the product is not good, it's not going anywhere. I
So here's the
definitely agree with
question.
that.
What product have you bought that you spent money on that was terrible?
So this isn't the first thing that came to mind is coffee, which is I have like 2 coffees a day, and I don't mind taking my wife out. We go get coffee, spending $8 on a coffee. I'm like, okay, that's expensive, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind it if I'm like, oh, this is phenomenal. But whenever I go and it's like a bad coffee, or if it's like this is just crap, I get so mad, more mad over an $8 coffee. I'm like, this is the worst, you know. But if it's good, I'm like, yeah, $8 was a pretty good coffee, you know. First thing that came to my mind.
Listen, I'm not a coffee guy. I'm an Element Celsius guy now. Is my go-to.
Oh gosh, there you go.
Um, yeah, it's here. Okay, here's my. I think a lot of people will associate with this. You buy some on Amazon. You look at the reviews. The reviews are great, and you get it, and it's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's apparel, it's electronic, it's a product, and Amazon does a great job. You can return it for any reason, at any time, within 30 days. But the fact that like you put the time in and the research to figure out, hey, this is the product I want to get because of reviews or because of kind of how it looks, right? And again, it's not on Amazon. It's on that seller, whether it's a Chinese seller, it's a U.S. based seller, it's an importer. Um, so and some of the hardest conversations are with pissed off customers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll have those conversations with anybody and try to make it right. Because the only thing you have is your reputation. And if the reputation of our company goes down the drain, everything's affected.
Mm.
So a guy is on social media blasting us about something. I'll reach out to him directly. Hey, how do I fix this? How do I make it right? What do you need? Let's chat.
I love that.
One of
I
the
love that.
biggest things I've learned the last 3 years, people don't necessarily want to pick up the phone and talk to you, and they don't want to email you. They want to text you. So if I have a customer that, let's say they have an order, there's an issue with their order, I'll email them, won't hear back. Call them, don't hear back. If I text them, I'll hear back faster just through that one platform.
Mm-hmm. I
And it's
agree.
crazy that someone's responding to you, not knowing who you are, right, via your phone. But I've had more, like, I know if I text someone, I'm going to hear back from them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially for a complete stranger that, I mean, I tell them who I am, but it's like, hey, you order from me, like, this isn't available. Can I help you out with something?
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's awesome. Well, Jonah, where can we hear more about you? What if somebody wants to buy some of your product? Give us some plugs.
Yeah, so our website, precisionprogolf.com. We're in all the Dick's Galaxy stores, PG Superstore, Worldwide Golf, Amazon. Um, if you have to buy it there, do it. They take more. Amazon makes 40 to 45% of every single sale that we earn on their website. We make 25% of every sale.
Mm,
That's how crazy the metrics are now with Amazon.
that's pretty crazy.
And if you're in the UK, if you're in Canada, Golf Town in Canada, American Golf in the UK, or just reach out to us directly on our website, email, phone. We're always here. So if you need a rangefinder,
Uh,
hopefully you buy it from us and not one of our competitors.
I agree. Buy from Jonah. He's the best. They got some good stuff. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys. This is John Klein with Brandwidth. If you like this kind of stuff, please think about subscribing, comment if you have any questions, reach out to Jonah if you have any questions about golf or rangefinders. And this has been a pleasure, Jonah. Thank you.